Wyoming Senator John Barrasso, chairman of the Senate Republican Conference. Senator, joining us here on National Report. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. What is your reaction to this story, obviously being denied by the Harris camp? We've seen similar accusations of President Biden, then candidate Biden, decades and decades, and one of his presidential runs accused of plagiarism as well. But even if you didn't want to respond to this specific incident, one could say that she plagiarized from President Biden's campaign, essentially copying what the administration's campaign says they wanted to do over to the Harris campaign. And what would she do differently? Not a thing. Overall, your response to this campaign, sir?
Well, first of all, with regard to the plagiarism, I didn't even know she had written a book in 2009, and apparently she didn't write it herself. She has said her values haven't changed. I don't think they've changed one bit. And that's what we're looking at in this election right now, which is why the momentum is clearly with President Trump and his efforts to get America back on track. Look, Kamala Harris is a dangerous San Francisco liberal. And you're absolutely right. Even her policies are things that she's cut and paste from other websites and put them there on their own website. This is what Americans are seeing and why people are still responding to the question of, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? And people clearly are saying, no, they're not better off now. Biden, Harris, and all these Democrats who are in the Senate, who I'm out campaigning to defeat, each and every one of them have put us in this position: high prices, open border. That's what Americans are very, very concerned about, which is why right now only 1 in 4 Americans say that the country is heading in the right direction. We need to get America back on track, and that means Donald Trump. It means making sure that we have Republican control of the Senate and the House of Representatives.
And I know you're joining us from Michigan on behalf of Mike Rogers, who's the Republican candidate in Michigan. By the way, the polling there, it's incredibly close. Which you might not imagine for a Republican and Democrat in the state right now. Why do you think that is?
Well, people are responding to the question, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? And I was here for Mike Rogers' debate last night. He clearly won. He shows he's ready to lead and get America back on track. And in Michigan, it's in addition to the high prices of things where, prices are up over 20% since Biden and Harris took over in 2020. It's also the mandates coming out of the EPA and the Biden administration that are saying, hey, you need to go out and buy electric vehicles. People don't want the electric vehicles. They don't want to buy them. And so many auto workers here in Michigan are losing their jobs as a result of the mandates. When Joe Biden told the EPA, I want you to prioritize climate over energy that is available, affordable, and reliable, what they did is basically jack up prices for people when they pay their heating bills, their gasoline bills, all of the things related to energy, and we need it all. So we have an administration so out of touch with the American people because they just follow the ideology of the far left. And now what they've done is nominated Kamala Harris, who is a dangerous San Francisco liberal, scarily dangerous, that we just cannot have that for our country. We need to get America back on track. And the way to do it is with Donald Trump in the Republican House and the Republican Senate, which is why I'm here with Mike Rogers today. And I'm going to be in Wisconsin tomorrow with Eric Hovde, another one of those Senate races. We're too close to call. Right now, these are battleground states in the presidency, and the elections for the Senate are in toss-up right now.
Yeah, the down ballot race is obviously all eyes really on the presidential race, but don't not pay attention to the down ballot races, especially there in Michigan. I mean, it would shape the political mold, if you will, of both the lower and upper chamber. Really quickly, just final thoughts on that in Michigan. You have seen this increase in polling amongst supporters for those on the Republican ticket. Why do you think that is in Michigan, sir?
Well, the two reasons. One is people have been paying so much more for everything. They're just falling further and further behind, and they say the country's heading in the wrong direction. And then in Michigan, with the electric vehicle mandates that Mike Rogers has opposed, but his Democrat opponent for the Senate has supported and actually voted for, that's forcing people out of work. It's forcing people to buy what they don't want to buy in terms of the vehicles that they want to drive. All of these things driven by a far left liberal agenda that has a whole different view of America than what many of your viewers and the people of my home state of Wyoming want to see for the future of our country.